Jack Dixon, welcome. So bloody good to have you as a member of One Life Club as well. It's so good to see you doing well in your business, but most importantly, it's good to see that you actually want to even get better. And that's what One Life Club is all about, that all of us can, yes, we can network together, but we can also always look for the ways how we can add value to other members and how we can grow. So welcome, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm enjoying it. It's been good.
It's going to get even better.
Good.
GC Pest Control. So from my studies, you operate Gold Coast, Tweed Heads, Logan, and Ipswich.
Yes, and Brisbane.
And Brisbane.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. How did this all start? Because you are relatively young yourself, and obviously running your own business is not the easiest journey that we have chosen in our life.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was I did really well in school, but never had the want to go to uni, never knew what I wanted to do. And it was a friend of my mum's kind of created a job to sort out a warehouse at a pest control company here on the Gold Coast. And I thought I'll just do that for a few months till I work out what I want to do. And before you know it, I was there for, I think, about 6 years and learned a fair bit and got my different licenses and whatnot. But then after a while, I thought I want to have a crack myself and thought it can't be that hard. It's all pretty easy. And all I need is a couple of jobs a day and I'll be making more than I am now. And very quickly worked out that it's not that easy. And to get those couple of jobs every day was very tricky. And but yeah, learned a lot through that journey. Been in business now, I think 10 or 11 years. And yeah, we're predominantly on the Gold Coast. We've got a team of 18 people and now have a really good base and foundation in the office, and with a fair few systems and processes and training and things, and really ready to scale that up and just start adding more vans and keep growing Southeast Queensland to begin with. And then I think with digital everything and cloud-based everything, there's no reason why we can't then go to other cities around the country. But yeah, just really want to nail this part first.
You know, interesting. I'm hearing you speak. You said when you were starting, you know, enthusiasm is so high, the energy is so high, and quite often, you know, people say, hey, you know, this is a $5 billion market. All I need is 1%, and I'm going to be making all the money in the world. And you know, we all think, you know, we do the numbers, you know, there's a million houses out there. All I need couple a day, and I'm making a living. It can't be that hard.
Yeah.
And then you start.
Then you start, and then you do your friends and your family and family friends, and then the work runs out pretty quick, and you got to work out how to get new clients, and then learn how to keep them, and then all the other parts that come with business of just initially learning GST and pay yourself super, and then you think you're making this money, and then you got to pay tax, and yeah, all the surprises you learn. The recent one for us now is payroll tax, and to add that, because we're now up to that 1.3 for wages. So just constant learning. But I think the biggest part has definitely been learning people and learning to communicate better with people and just deal with people and their own intricacies, and everyone's different at our business, and we've got an amazing team and good people, but it's still it can be hard at times as well, just to go through all of that.
Because when you were starting, you had a skill, you knew how to do work yourself. And before you really started running your own business, so you were working more as a contractor yourself, as an individual, correct? Before you stop it, I'm actually going to run my own business. How hard was it for you to break that mentality as a contractor and actually focus on growing the business? Because a lot of people in your industry, pest control, they just stay as a contractor, one man or woman band team all their lives. and that's all they know. That's what they're really good at. There's nothing wrong with that. They can still make a great living. But how did you break that barrier from actually doing work yourself and learning? Because when you're young and you're relatively young now, how old are you now?
35.
35. So when you were starting your business, to age 25, you don't know how to really run a business or how to scale a business. And 10 years later, you got 18 staff. But how did you break that barrier from, you know what, it's me now, I'm going to add another staff member, another staff member. Then I have to learn how to actually manage people. I have to learn how to run business and how to babysit everybody around me, how to get clients, how to keep clients. How did you manage that process on early stages of your life when you are so young?
Yeah, it was definitely tricky. I think the biggest part is just having a crack and going for it. I think what helped is having a couple of initial people that were quite good. I had contractors at first, so subcontractors instead of full-time employees, and that kind of helped with the amount of work I had to provide, because they'd only get paid for what they did, not a full-time wage. But also, yeah, the trickiest part was definitely these are my clients. The clients know me. Like we've got the company name, but it's me, and it was initially, yeah, difficult sending people to those clients. But we had a few, yeah, good technicians at the beginning that were really good with the customers and good at their job. And so I think that transition helped. But when I hired my first office lady, I'd worked with her at a previous company, and she's still with me today. I think she's been here 8 years now, and she's been a big part of it too, just pushing me to let go and uh, really trying to force me to delegate a few things, and taking more of me around whether that's admin work or just allowing people to yeah to do the different tasks that I would usually do. And I think at the time you think like, I know the business inside out, no one can do this task as good as me or this one as good as me. They don't have the full understanding of the big picture. But yeah, with the right people, have quickly learned that there's people that do a way better job than me, people that answer the phone better than me, better at a lot of different tasks. And having those people in those places make a massive difference, and gives you that confidence to let them go in that role. And then with our technicians now, I think over the years I've been able to step back more. Like I'm not in the field anymore. I'm in the office every day, and I don't know my clients anymore. Like personally, I don't know which jobs we're doing. Like it's all just happening. And it took a bit of adjustment, but I think again having the right people and being able to communicate well with the team makes a big difference with all of that.
Looking back now, 10 years later, things are different. You are now responsible for 18 people in your business. I always say, when you decide to get into the journey of growing big business, you're also responsible for humans that are in your business. And maybe I'm old school, but I always say, life is not about me anymore. It's about people that I employ, because they have families, they have husbands, wives, kids, and I'm responsible for them. Regardless of what's happening in economy, I have to keep fighting to make sure they eat before I eat, because
Yes.
I've
Yes.
chosen to, be responsible for humans, and it's my duty to look after them. Knowing you always got to look after 18 people, so which means you got to always make sure your engine keeps running. You always have to make sure that money keeps coming so they can get paid and something left to you as a business owner. What would you say is your biggest challenge at the moment when it comes to running a business?
The biggest challenge recently has been people. We've had uh, a few people that were a little bit toxic towards the culture, I suppose.
And only
Um,
takes one to.
yeah. And in saying that, so if you asked me, yeah, 4 months ago, it was a very different story. It was pretty tough, but we've had a big change now, and we've recently hired 5 technicians in the last 6 weeks to replace a few and grow. And and changed what we hire on as well. And it's all like, are you a good person and willing to learn? And it's yeah, it's made a massive difference recently. So I think people has been really tricky, but then also just growth and what we're focusing on now is scaling. And yeah, so not just organically growing like we have, but really targeted scaling and choosing areas of where we're going to target and where we're going to send out vans and what each van needs to turn over as a minimum and what we can budget towards advertising for that van, how it looks after 1 year, 2 years, and 3 years. And yeah, so that's a huge focus for us now. But yeah, back to your question on the most difficult thing, I think for me it can be people and like HR. But yeah, ensuring we've always got that work as well. So winter for us is usually a downtime. So summer's massive for us, which is great. But then keeping everyone busy through winter and not letting anyone go because we're quiet. Like we've always held everyone through winter.
Especially it's hard to find good staff. You know,
Yeah,
having a bit of a downturn, if you lose them, you know, how long is it going to take you to find the right people, you know, again. So you always got to balance that out, you know, if
yeah,
you are busy at the times.
yeah. So it's yeah, I think there's lots of just little challenging bits, but yeah, we get through it.
Do you have wife and kids?
Yes.
How do you actually, let me ask you these questions. Do you believe in a balance?
Uh,
You're
yes.
thinking,
I don't know. I think it's your work or your business. It's a part of you. It's a part of your life. I suppose you can say you balance it with your family, but it's a bit of everything. My wife has her own business as well, and so we're excited to work in our businesses and on our businesses. But also our kids are the biggest part of our life now. And I love the freedom my business gives me that I can, like the other day, watch my kids run cross country and come second and third. And like just really good to be able to do those things as well. So, but then there's, yeah, nights you keep working until 11 o'clock at night because you're just pumped and motivated and want to keep going. So,
and it's the
yeah.
life that we have chosen. And you know, I always say every time any of my mates complain about how hard they work or there's no time for personal life, I say we have signed up for this. So, you know, we all had choices in our life. You know, you can work for somebody else and work 8 hours a day or do what we do. Do
Yeah.
you believe that do you think most people work at 100% of their capacity?
No, no. What do you call 100%? Like within an 8 hour period or over
Within
the whole
Take any
day?
time.
Like,
Take daily 8 hours, 10 hours, or whatever people work. I mean, two of us, we work even when we're sleeping. But most people, you know, I keep always ask any person that employs any humans, do you think that your team works 100% of their capacity? We can say, you know, I got 300 odd. I can say maybe 100 do, or maybe 20 do, or maybe 50 do, but most people will be just working whatever they have to do just not to get fired.
yeah. We've got a mix. There's ones that just want to do what the job is and clock off and go home. There's others that want to go above and beyond or
They want to
just do that
progress.
extra bit. Yeah, that's it. And we've seen that, and I think um, that's the other part I'm excited with our growth is to be able to promote internally as well and reward the people that are doing the right things and trying and want to grow as well. We recently turned one of our technicians into a supervisor, which was great, and we offered that internally. We had 4 people apply internally, and obviously you can only give it to one. But it's good to know where the other 3 stand and their ambitions and yeah, as we grow, more things will open up.
What would you say is the hardest thing about running your own business? Everything.
Yeah, everything. Switching off. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot, as you know. It depends on the week. You get thrown different challenges all the time, and you think you got to hold on all of it, and then something else pops up, and the other part is like you think you've dealt with all the challenges, but then yeah, a new one pops up, and you're like, oh, I didn't realize this would be a thing, and but I think that's part of the journey as well. Like if you put 25-year-old me in my position now, I couldn't have handled it back then.
Yes.
It's a journey to learn how to deal with all the different challenges.
Yeah, of course. And that's a beautiful thing about, life as well. We keep learning every single day. That's what I guess excites us as well. What's next besides expanding?
Besides expanding,
Because I know, and also, talk of expanding as well. Your plan is definitely not to stop where you are now, correct?
of course, and like even people have asked, "Oh, would you sell to one of the bigger companies?" And even if they threw a number at me, it'd be, I don't think so. I think we've got too much going on. I'm too excited with where we're heading and what we can achieve. I think the next step for me would be getting more profitable with the business, and then being able to have more investment in other areas, commercial property and more real estate, and yeah, just really start building that side of things. We're going pretty good personally, but just take it to that next level as well. And I think the business will be able to really help facilitate that.
Jack, it's been good. It's good to be talking to you, and I look forward to our members even learning more about you as well. And is you live on the Gold Coast, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, we're about to have an unbelievable 3-day event on the Gold Coast for all of our members.
Yeah, I
And
love
with you, you can literally walk.
it. That's it. That's it. No, it'll be good. Looking forward to it.
And
Meet
it's been
everyone in person.
absolutely, and it's been pleasure. You didn't come to our first event at Simon's house. You did.
No, I joined like a week later or something, so I
It
just missed it.
It
So
was amazing. Now we're just gonna do it over 3 days, and so get ready to be frozen, to be hot, to be broken, and to be
bring it on. Let's
yeah,
go.
it'll be awesome. It's been pleasure talking to you, and I look forward to continue having you as a part of One Life Club, and you and every single member is a good contribution. We love having good people there, and you're definitely one of those. And thank you once again, and let's go back to work.
Lovely. Thanks, Emil.
Take it easy, buddy. Bye.
Yeah.